60-yard bomb to Malik Neighbors with under 30 seconds to play. The Cowboys responded with a 64-yard field goal to force OT, killing Giants fans. Came out on top 40-37. Here's the Cowboys locker room after their thrilling win.
51-yard field goal. Yeah. 44-yard field goal. Yeah. 64-yard field goal. Yeah. Wait, in overtime, with the walk-off, 46 yards. Yeah.
Okay, Stephen A., after that OT win against the New York Football Giants, who not many thought much of after week 1, are you more impressed with Dallas for closing that out or concerned for the fact that it went to OT?
Well, I'm impressed with that field goal kicker because he might be the best in the business. He is something special. He's money in the bank. Make no mistake about it. And you know, this brother kick a field goal 60 yards with room to spare. He's special. But I walk away more concerned per se than impressed because I'm not impressed at all with their defense. I think their defense leaves a lot to be desired. Cam was right when he said Russell Wilson was still throwing under some pressure, but their secondary is not impressive at all. And so we have to look at it from that standpoint and say that's tremendous reasons to be concerned about the Dallas Cowboys, because if you're the Giants and Russell Wilson with Neighbors and Robinson, you thought you could throw the football all day on these guys because they were open all over the damn place. And I think that when you think about the NFC East with Philly and Washington, when you think about Green Bay and they're coming in week 4, when you think about LA, how they're looking with Stafford, when you look, we're going to see Tampa Bay tonight. I just think there's a bevy of teams in the NFC conference that are better or more well-rounded than the Dallas Cowboys. As prolific as their offense can be, their defense really leaves a lot to be desired, which is going to put more of the onus on Dak Prescott to deliver the goods, which is exactly what Jerry Jones wanted it like.
When you're analyzing this type of win by the Dallas Cowboys, the thing that's most impressive is they won, right? And there's no remedy for winning outside of, hey, we watched the film, but what it does to a team, the continuity, the chemistry, the things that we can get better from week to week. Do I think Trayvon Diggs is not going to get better after a game like that? Absolutely, right? But one thing, too, is you can't go back and say, if we would have won that game, but you did. Now you're sitting at 1-1. It's a very competitive, division that you're in, and you got, obviously, the Eagles to contend with. But for the Dallas Cowboys, if we can start finding ways to get wins similar to what Philadelphia does so good and saying it's not pretty, but I've always heard, ugly wins. I've never heard of a pretty loss. So what you gonna say, the New York Football Giants, that's a pretty loss? But they find ways to win, and you're gonna need that ingredient to be any type of contention in this league.
I will say this, I would rather make corrections off a win than the other way around. And Cam, you know this as well as everyone else. It is hard to win in the National Football League. And they obviously, Russell Wilson was on a heater in that game. Guys were running scot-free, but ultimately they won the game. And I know in the locker room what, Sharpe, Brighton, Schottenheimer would say. Listen, great win. We got a lot of corrections to make. Correct. But you know what? It's the great win part. And you got to win within the division. Yeah. So that's a big thing. I think spinning it forward, how do we feel about the Dallas Cowboys long term? I think that's the real question, because there's no way with you playing defense like that, we can't take you seriously in the NFC with the Green Bay Packers and the Philadelphia Eagles and some of these other heavyweights if you don't get that side of the ball cleaned up.
I want to flip to the Giants side. I can't help myself. Did you like how they used Jackson Dart? He got a few snaps.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And the reason, Cam could probably speak to it more than I do, but I know as a lineman, when your quarterback is in a rhythm, when your quarterback is in a flow, don't try to outsmart yourself, coach, by throwing in things that could possibly get your quarterback off rhythm. Russ out there cooking, doing his thing, and then you want to throw a little package in there for Jackson Dart. You got to understand the flow of a game. To me, the flow of a game will dictate if you even need to use those type of things. So I don't like that type of stuff in the course of that game.
I say?
I don't like the games. He's a quarterback. You got him out there for one play, handing the ball off or faking the handoff and trying to scamper on his own. It made little to no sense to me. And it was the kind of situation that had me looking at Brian Daboll and saying, what the hell are you thinking about doing? You know, and especially the way that Russ was cooking, who's to say that you weren't going to disrupt his rhythm or got him annoyed and frustrated by doing such things? I just didn't think it made any sense whatsoever. It was senseless, but that's not ultimately what killed him, so I'm not going to make a big deal about it, but I didn't like it.
Well, you have to take a step back and really listen with your eyes. And what did your eyes tell you, Woody? What is the message that they're trying to say to everybody who's watching the New York Giants?
He's coming.
He's the future. Whether you like it or not, whether you're in a good position or not, whether you cooking or not, whether you burning or not, whether you excited or not, hey, bro, don't forget, this the future. So we got to get the future in position to get used to being in the game. What we don't want to do, we can spoon feed him. That's what we call, we spoon feeding Jackson Dart to get, hey, you know, this is a meaningful game. You're getting a meaningful rep, and you can have, you know, practice-like situations in practice where you try to mimic the game, but nothing substitutes for real in-game reps. And Brian Daboll has literally said and showed, hey, we're going to insert Jackson Dart because, bruh, you on a short leash. And it's unfortunate, I've said this time and time again, right? Doesn't really matter what Russell Wilson does at this particular point, especially if you find yourself losing the game. Now, if they were 2-0, hey, we're going to shell Jackson for a little bit more. But when you're 0-2, it's like, it's nothing for you to gain here outside of really preparing your future quarterback for success down the road.
Russ cooked. New York City Cam, though? New York City Cam is on a heater. Yes, he is. Coming up, this
fourth quarter. Let's dive into the things that came out of it. Number one takeaway, that Cowboys defense. The Giants, I think, we don't think they were a good team. They fought like crazy yesterday. We can say good things about them. The Cowboys, who gave the Eagles all they could handle on that opening Thursday night. What do we say about their defense this morning?
Horrible. I mean, they're absolutely horrible. I mean, Swiss cheese. They stink. There's holes all over it. By the way, you're allowed to run seam routes.
Yeah.
That maybe the next time, let's stop a seam route.
Yeah.
They hit about 10 of them on you. And Malik Neighbors all over the place. Robinson was killing them. It never mattered. I mean, throw it out there. They had no answer. Zero. They're trying to play all kinds of zone coverages. They don't know how to even play the damn vertical. Like, I thought it stunk. And by the way, you have no pass rush. Oh, that's right. The pass rush in Green Bay.
It's a trickle-down effect.
I forgot about that.
Right? It'll trickle-down effect from now the quarterbacks feel comfortable. Now your defensive backs are getting exposed.
Stand back.